Let's take a look at some of the common updates that we might want to make in a patron account. You can see this patron has a couple of alerts. One is that a hold is available. The other is that the patron account is expired. So if we want to update the patron account, we go to the edit screen and scroll down to the privilege expiration date. So the patron's account expired April 10th. Depending on your library policy, you may want to ask the patron to update their contact information, make sure email address and phone number is correct. You can see this patron doesn't have a phone number, so if I want to make any edits in these fields, I can do so. If I need to update the email address, I can wipe it out and type it in. And of course, the mailing address is down here. So you can make all of those updates. Some libraries require patrons to pay off their fines when they're updating their account. Again, that's up to local library policy. But what you'll do to update the account is just click the Update Expire Date button, and you can see my patron account updated to today's date 3 years from now. Once you click the button, you do need to be sure to save. And you can see it did update the expiration date in the patron summary. Other changes that a patron might need would be a change to their barcode if they've lost their card and you need to replace their barcode. You can see you can't type in the field here. You need to click Replace Barcode. It will blank out the field and you will scan the new barcode. Basically, I am typing in a made-up barcode. And you can see my patron has established a username. Patrons can edit this in the OPAC when they log into their account. And so I don't want to replace this if my patron has one set. But if the old barcode was there, I must replace it with a new barcode so that I don't have two separate numbers here. That's very important. And then, of course, you have to save. That will update your patron's barcode. Obviously, if you charge a fee for that, you can charge the patron by going to the billing screen and billing the appropriate amount. Another change or question that patrons might have is about their password. Perhaps they need to update their password or they've forgotten their password. When making changes to a patron account, it is important to follow your local library policy and consider verifying the patron's identity before making those changes. If I want to test a patron's password, staff do not have access, as you can see, to the patron's password once it's set. The only thing we can do is test the password. So if you go to Other and Test Password, it will bring up the Verify Credential screen, and the patron's username and barcode will already be entered for you. And all you need to do is enter the password that the patron thinks is correct, and you can click Verify. If it's successful, that's fine, they know their password. If it's unsuccessful, you'll need to reset their password. Now there is another way to verify credentials, and that is to go to Circulation, Verify Credentials, and I'm going to open this in a new tab. The disadvantage to this is if you don't know that your patron has a username that they've changed and you just put in the two barcodes and the correct password and click Verify, it will fail, not because the password isn't correct, but because the username isn't correct. So I always recommend that you actually verify the credentials in the patron account so that this information is pre-filled for you. Now, for example, if I enter an incorrect password, the patron doesn't remember their password, then I would need to go back to the edit screen and replace the password. In most cases, you need to follow your library standard practice. So most libraries either use the last 4 digits of the phone number or the last 4 digits of the barcode. So in either case, that's what you need to enter here. And click Save. Once you click Save, the password will disappear, so be sure to tell the patron what you're entering.